Okay, the first question is, what do we do when we fall into sin, and because of that, we don't yakin with our Sheikh? Yeah, that we don't believe, we lost doubt.
Say it again.
He said that, what do we do when we fall into sin, and because of that, we don't have yakin with our Sheikh?
If you fall in the sin, you just go do repentance. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, ما أصر من استغفر ولو عاد في اليوم 70 مرة. So only one remedy is for the sin is to make istighfar and make tawbah. If you make tawbah, that is, of course, Allah will forgive you, and not only forgive you, but Allah will love you. Istighfar, you make sin, you just say astaghfirullah. He may forgive you, he may not. But if you make tawbah, for sure Allah will forgive you. And tawbah has conditions. You have to leave the bad things you are doing. At the same time, at the time that you're making tawbah, it's not possible you're making tawbah for leaving some bad thing and still doing it. And you leave it on that particular time, and you feel bad about doing it, and you have intention not to do it again. They said, if something belongs to somebody, you have to give it back to him or ask him for forgiveness. So if you do that, Allah will forgive you. And Allah said, if you wasn't people who commit the sin and ask for forgiveness, I will take you away and bring some other people in your place. So human beings, they are not complete, but the best among them, those whenever they make mistake, they correct themselves and go back to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. But don't depend on that. Don't say, so Babu Tawbah, the door of Tawbah is open, so I can do whatever I want and go just make Tawbah. That is not safe, because you don't know the time you're doing it, you will pass away in that particular time. Ulama, they say, whatever you don't want to die with it, don't do it. Because you see people, they die in any actions. So you have to be careful doing the bad things, because it's the sign of being away, far from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. But only your remedy, you make tawbah. In Allah yuhibbu tawabina wa yuhibbu al-mutatahirina. Allah loves those who make repentance and those who clean themselves from the bad things.
Question, Sheikh, how do we? The next question is, how do we increase the love of our Sheikh?
If you love Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and you love the Sheikh for the sake of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, you follow the way. That is, to love good people is sign of Iman, because it's condition of your Iman, even to love your brother Muslims. So if you love him for the sake of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, Allah love you for that. So to love a Sheikh and to love good people is the part of loving Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala.
This next question is, how do we gain yakin, especially at work or in family members? How do we gain yakin with Allah when people are against us? What can we do, Sheikh? Is there any way we can do?
All the ibadah, all the good things you do, it increases your Iman. So the more your Iman increase, the more you have yaqeen. You make salat to increase your Iman. You make tasbih, you make zikr, you make wazifa, you make all your awrad, you make sadaqah, you listen to Quran. All this for increasing your yaqeen to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Because the more your Iman strong, the more your yaqeen is strong. Sayyidina Ali, he said, he said, even they remove the cover between people and Yawm al-Qiyamah, the last day, his yaqeen will never increase, because he get to the top of yaqeen. So the more your Iman get to that, you will get that yaqeen, that remembering Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, connecting yourself. Like when there's the Sahabi at Hanzala, one time he came to Hanzala, they call him Ghasilul al-Malaika, because when he passed away, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said the Malaika, they wash his body. Just Sahabi, one time he came to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhuma, and he told him that Nafaqa Hanzala, he said Hanzala is a hypocrite. Said Abu Bakr, tell him, why you say that? He said, because I realize whenever you stay around Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he remind us the last day and the hellfire and paradise, we go into the point that we look alike, we see it. We're facing all this reality, like they have yaqeen on it. He said, but whenever we go back to our family and our business, we forget. Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, that is not only you. Let's go to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When they come to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Hanzala, he asked the same question. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him, yes, لو دمتم على ما تكونون عندي ومع الذكر لصافحتكم الملائكة في الطرقات وعلى فرشكم لكن يا حنظلة ساعة فساعة ساعة فساعة. If you were staying in the situation you will be around me and with zikr, mentioning Allah, even the angel, they give salam to you on your bed, on your road, going to straight, going to walk or anywhere, they will face you. That means you will get, not only get yaqeen about them, but you will see them. But why you don't get to that? Because sometimes you mention, sometimes you forget. So you want to get to yaqeen, keep mentioning Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, hold your deen, keep your awrad, try to know much about Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and follow the way of Prophet and way of the Sahaba, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
The next question is, Sheikh, how do we deal with parents or friends who are against us in Tariqah? How do we deal with it?
You know, to be nice and treating your parents in a nice way, that is part of the Tariqah. Because one of the conditions of this Tariqah, you treat your parents in a nice way. And Cheikh Faydatidianiya said, من لم يبر والديه لا ييسر له سلوك طريقتنا. If you don't treat his parents in a nice way, they're not going to make it easy for him to make suluk to this tariqah. Suluk in this tariqah is your journey to the tariqah. If you don't get to the journey, you don't reach. So being nice with them, that is the part of the tariqah and is part of Islam. Because وإن جاهداك لتشرك بما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا. Allah said, even your parents, if they are not Muslims, even if they are mushrikeen, they worship idols, and you Muslim, you have to be nice with them, but don't follow them when they call you to something wrong. And the tariqah is nothing but it's just increase your iman, is part of maqam ihsan. If your parents maybe they don't understand it, the real understanding, you keep doing your tariqah, but keep your relationship with your parents. Imam Junaidi, he said one time his father asked him to do something and his sheikh asked him to do something and he followed his sheikh and he think all the barakah he get it from that. But make sure the real sheikh, they will never help you to fight your parents or to disrespect your parents.
The question is on our tariqah. There are many shoyo in our tariqah. Can we tabaruk or tajdid with them to get?
You know, the mashayikh, they said, if you take tariqah for tabarruk, you can't make tabarruk with any sheikh. But if you take sheikh, that is your sheikh of tarbiyah, you shouldn't go to any sheikh, because they say you knock one door, they open all the doors for you. إلزم بابا واحدا تفتح لك الأبواب. تواضع واخضع لواحد لا لتخضع لك الرقاب تخضع لك الرقاب. Humble yourself in front of one God is Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Don't do it for people to humble themselves in front of you, but they will do it for you. Keep knocking one door. Don't do it for them to open the door for you, but they will open all the doors for you. Likewise, this is tariqah, even the tariqah Tijaniya. When Cheikh Tijani said, if you take the tariqah, you don't go to another awliya, it's not mean you don't respect them, because it's part of the tariqah to respect all the awliya of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. But all the barakah, you will have it in this, so you don't need to go everywhere. Because they said, if you want to dig wells, you start to dig well from here. Tomorrow you go there, you don't have nothing. فإن رقيب الالتفات لغيره يقول لمحبوب السراية لا تسري. Sheikh, they said, if you have a sheikh and you look behind, the secret will tell not to go to you. So you don't have the secret of the sheikh because you go looking behind, and if you go to another, maybe you don't even get benefit from that.
Next question, Sheikh. What happens if we want to leave the tariqah, but later on we want to continue to be in the tariqah, means changing our mind? Do we need to renew our initiation with the Sheikh?
Anyway, to renew our initiation, that is good any time, even if you don't have that in your mind, because that is like what Prophet ﷺ said, "Jaddidu imanakum." So many murid, many good people, whenever they meet the Sheikh, they ask for tajdid, just to make sure that they keep the connection and they get the barakah. Anyway, this tariqah is agreement between you and Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. If you have tawfiq, you take it, you don't think about to leave it, because I don't think any Muslim will think about leave istighfar, leave salatu ala nabi, leave la ilaha illallah. This is everybody doing it. What's the difference between you and other Muslim who do istighfar, do salatu ala nabi, do la ilaha illallah? Only you make it you make it obligation on yourself. When you make it obligation, you have to keep it. When you fu nuzurahum, that's what Allah said. If you have nizr that you want to do something good for Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, you have to keep it. You have to keep it always. But if you have any problem with that, you can ask for tajdid. Even if you don't have problem, you can ask for tajdid, just to renew your iman and to keep yourself in the right way.
Before I continue, anyone like to ask any question? Anyone pertaining to tariqah or tasawwuf? I continue. Since rephrase again this question. Since we can only have one murabbi in our tariqah, can we serve other sheikh in the same tariqah? How do we treat other Tijani shuyukh?
You have to treat all mankind. You have to treat them in a nice way. All mankind. You have to treat mashayikh, non-mashayikh, even non-Muslim. You have to be nice with them, because this is the way of Islam. Husnul khuluqi ma'a kulli makhluq. You have to have good manners with all the creation of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. The mashayikh, they say, if you have good manners with everybody, but you don't have it with one cat, you don't have good manners yet. Imam al-Ghazali, with all the good things you know about him, when he passed away, somebody saw him in the dream. He asked him, what Allah do with you? He said, Allah take me to paradise. For why? Because he said, one time I was writing, and one fly want to drink from my ink, and I kept quiet until he finished. From that, Allah have mercy with me. And you know that is, you refer that to the hadith, the sound hadith Prophet ﷺ mentioned, a guy who was traveling in the desert and he was thirsty, and he go and find to the well and find water and drink. After that, he said a cat was about to die of thirsty, and he go and take water and give it to that dog, and Allah take him to paradise. So you have to be nice with everybody. You have to be nice, particularly with Muslims, with your neighbors, either they Muslim or they non-Muslim, because Prophet ﷺ said, مَا زَالَ جِبْرِيلُ يُوصِنِي بِالْجَارِ حَتَّى ظَنَنْتُ أَنَّهُ سَيُورِثُهُ. He said, Jibreel keep asking me to be nice with my neighbor until I believe that if somebody died, the neighbor is going to inherit him. So, and one time he was standing, long time after that when he came, Abdullah ibn Umar narrated, he asked the Sahaba, do you know why I was standing? They say no. He said, because Jibril was asking me to be nice with my neighbor. He used to be nice with his neighborhood, even the Jew among them. He treated them nice way. You have to be nice with all the ummah to Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ummah to ijaba and ummah to da'wah. Those they accept and those they still didn't accept. Because from our action, we have to prove from our action to let non-Muslims know that our religions is the religion of peace, of religion of love, is the best religions. Because you cannot say that I have the best way and you have, worse deed. If you have best way, you have best book, your prophet is the best prophet, you learn your teacher is the best teacher, you have to prove that from your actions. From your action, people, they will know what you're saying is good or is not. Because it's very easy to say, we are good people. But your action will prove that you are good or not. The way you deal with the people. Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّكُمْ لَا تَسِعُونَ النَّاسَ بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ فَسِعُوهُمْ بِأَخْلَاقِكُمْ. You can't share everybody with your belonging, but it's possible for you to share with everybody with your good manners. Good manners can give everybody can have, space in good manners. Prophet ﷺ, Allah said, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَىٰ خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. He have good manners. Many people, they believe Islam, only because the good manners they see with Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. To be nice with your brother Muslim. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً. Allah said the believers, they are the brothers. So this is the real brotherhood. But you still have to be nice with others. If you be nice with all the mu'minin, of course, the ulama of the ummah, you have to respect them. Because Prophet ﷺ said, لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ لَمْ يَرْحَمْ صَغِيرَنَا وَلَمْ يُوَقِّرْ كَبِيرَنَا وَلَمْ يَعْرِفْ لِعَالِمِنَا. It's not among us who don't have mercy for the young among us. It's not among us who don't have respect for the elders among us. It's not among us who don't have tawqir and respect for the scholar. So you have to give respect to all the ummah. You have to give respect, mercy for the young, respect for the elders, respect for the ulama, respect for all mashayikh, practically the mashayikh of all the tariqah, the mashayikh in your tariqah, because you are in the one where they look alike your neighbor. You have to give them the same respect you give to the sheikh. The respect you give to your sheikh, give to other sheikh, because you want other people to respect your sheikh. You have to respect the sheikh also. Respect everybody. And Sheikh Ibrahim radiallahu anhu, he said in tafsir, when the kuffar of Mecca said why Allah didn't send to them angel, and Allah said, وَلَوْ جَعَلْنَاهُ مَلَكًا لَجَعَلْنَاهُ رَجُلًا وَلَلَبَسْنَا عَلَيْهِ مَا يَلْبِسُونَ. Even if we send angel to you, we will make him in a form of human being. He will act like you. From that, Sheikh Ibrahim said, from that you can know that even you can see a person in the form of human being, you think it is human being, but it's not him. Sometimes he can be somebody you know him, you see his face, this is such and such, and it's not him. Maybe it's an angel. Sometimes the good people, they come to you like nothing. Test from Allah wa ta'ala. So you have to respect everybody you see. Because you can't see even somebody begging in the street, you think he's nothing, but he's good people. It's one of the big awliya. Allah bring him into that situation just to test people. So be nice with everybody and put everybody where Allah put him. Nazilun nasa manazilahum. If you see big person, you have to respect him, because this is Allah give him. If you see somebody old man, respect him, because Allah respect him until they give him one of the name of Allah. Al-Kabir is Allah. But all men they call him Kabir. All women they call Kabira. That's Allah give him one of the title of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. If you respect him because his age, Allah will keep you safe until you get to his age and bring somebody to give you the same respect. So we have to respect everybody. We have to be nice with everybody. We have to be nice with all the creation of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, because they are creation of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. You don't understand why Allah bring them here. Allah didn't create anything for nothing. أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ.
Thank you, Sheikh. To continue from what you said, someone asked a question. He said, I read in Duratul Touch that if someone is against our Sheikh, we need to against them. What does this mean and in what way?
Yeah, you know, someone is against your Sheikh is disrespect. That you have to show the respect for your Sheikh. That's it. Because if you love your Sheikh, you have to love people who love them against people who against your Sheikh, because that is test for you. Because if you follow somebody who against your Sheikh, anytime he can take you away from the Sheikh. So if you have real Sheikh that you know that you can benefit from it, don't follow somebody who will take you against that way, because that will, you know, spoil your relationship with your Sheikh.
Thank you, Sheikh. The next question is, can you explain more on the numbers in zikr, like Ya Latif 1 to 9? What is the wisdom and reality behind it?
Anyway, we learn from Prophet ﷺ numbers, because you see in the hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, if you say Subhanallah wa bihamdihi 100 times, Allah forgive your sin even if it's big. So from that you see numbers. And you say La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu yuhyi wa yumiitu ala kulli shay'in qadir. Prophet mentioned, if you said it 10 times, if you said it 100 times, nobody will have better than what you do except somebody who do more than what you do. From that we take numbers. And when Sayyidatuna Aisha said, Prophet ﷺ said, Khairul a'mali adwamuha wa in qalla. The best of deed is what is consistent, even if it's limited, even if it's small. When they mention small, it's consistent. That means you do it every day. Like you do La ilaha illallah every day 100 times. You do it Astaghfirullah 100 times. Even in Hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, Inni layughanu aliyya wa astaghfirullah bayna al-yawmi wal layla 100 marra. He said, they cover my heart sometime. And I ask Allah for forgiveness 100 times. In another hadith, 70 times. So from that we know numbers. The Prophet ﷺ always, if he prayed, he used to read the prayer 3 times, most of the time, 7 times. So this is number, we take it from that. And if you go to the ulama, Allah open with ilham and give them the way to know the number of any zikr. Because if you hear that they say Latif is 129, because that is equal, the word Latif equal 129. Because Lam is 30, Ta is 9, Ya is 10, Fa is 80, that is 129. From that you can use it for that. But don't use what you don't know, what you don't have permission. That is, if you want to get real barakah from reading, and you have to do what you have permission for it. Because if you go to the pharmacy now, the doctor will give you medicine. You're not going to go just go to pharmacy and just take any medicine and take any number of pills that you want. You do that, you can't kill yourself. You can't hurt yourself. Doctor will tell you, take this medicine. Take it 2 in the morning, 2 in the night. After 3 days, leave it. After 7 days, leave it. So the Mashaykh, they are the doctor of the Ruh. Also, if they give you certain number, it's because Allah showed them the significance of the number, what you can benefit from that number. Because they said, Kullu sirrin sirruhu fi adadihi. Every secret, the secret in the number. خاصيته في معناه وتصريفه في مقتداه وإجابته على قدر همة صاحبه.
Inshallah. The next question is, Sheikh, I am still new in the Tariqah. I already said about Tarbiyah from some of the brothers and sisters. Can you enlighten us or me about Tarbiyah, and when is it the right time for me to start my Tarbiyah?
Make sure that the word of the tariqah is part of tarbiyah. Tarbiyah is mean education. Tarbiyah it would help you to purify your nafs. Sheikh Ibrahim radhiyallahu anhu, he said, Tarbiyah is mean takhlis al-ruhi min kulli ma siwa Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala wa taslimuha lillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala zahiran wa batinan. He said the real tarbiyah is to take the ruh away from everything that is not Allah and take it back to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala in zahir and in batin. This is the work of all the mashayikh. What they should do is to help people to know Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, to help people to have connection with Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So if you are in the tariqah and the sheikh has the way of the tarbiyah, take it from the sheikh because this wird is part of tarbiyah. Awrad of Tijaniya is part of tarbiyah. Because Shaykh Ahmed Tijani, he had guaranteed from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whoever keep his wird, he will never die without knowing Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. So hold your wird. Whatever you want to use after that, use it from the permission from your sheikh. The way the sheikh put it for you, that's the way you have to do it to get benefit. But don't do it for anything except Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Sheikh Ibrahim, he said, you don't have, with the murid, you don't have to make tarbiyah for anything, just to make it for Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. If you do that, whenever you have Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, you know Allah deserves the time you spend to get to Allah tabarak wa ta'ala.
So I continue. Do you want to have any question that you like to ask? Or anyone? Yes, Ilyas, please.
Can you remind us the importance of Faydatidianiya's rule adab, and especially for followers?
No, Ruh al-Adab is the book that is even on our side before Murid make tarbiyah, they used to just teach him Ruh al-Adab. Ruh al-Adab for you, for your journey to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, it's like you traveling, you have your itinerary. That's it. You know how to deal with your sheikh, you know how to deal with your nafs, you know how to deal with the creation of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, because للنفس عيب للفؤاد عيب للروح عيب ليس فيه ريب. Cheikh, he said in Ruh al-Adab, he said the nafs have some false bad things, the heart also, the ruh has it. And he said وَلَسْتَ تَخْلُصُ مِنَ الْآفَاتِ إِلَّا بِشَيْخٍ عَارِفٍ تُوَادِ. You will never save from this false except if you come to the sheikh who is Arif Billahi Tabarak wa Ta'ala and you follow him to his way. Allah will help you to get this understanding. In Ruh al-Adab, he teach you how to respect the sheikh, how to be with him, how to respect your time, how to make your awrad, how to do it the proper way, how to make istighfar, how to fight your nafs, how to respect all the creation of Allah. فَإِنَّ ذَا الْخَلْقَ عِبَادُ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَدُرْ أَخِي عِبَادَ اللَّهِ. This creation, they are servant of Allah. So make sure you don't harm any one of among the creation of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. So this is Ruh al-Adab. He teach you adab, how to have adab, because everything, the door of everything is adab. Al-adab al-adaba ya za saliki fa innahu babun li kulli saliki. Abraham said, who you wanna take journey to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, make sure you have adab, because adab is is the door for anybody who wants to enter to the Hadra of Allah Ta'ala. If you have adab, you reach, you get what you want in the short time. So may Allah help all of us to give us adab first with Allah Ta'ala, adab with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, adab with Shari'at Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, adab ma'a al-Quran, adab ma'a hadith Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, adab ma'a awliya Illahi Salihin, adab ma'a ikhwatina. We need adab even among our brothers. Even you need adab dealing with your children, with your wife, with your brothers. All this what is recommended to do, because you do it, Allah will reward you, and Allah will help you and make it easy for you for your journey.
Sure. The next question is when we are doing wazifa, is it permissible for us to visual the face of our Sheikh for concentration? This question.
Yeah, all that for you to help you, like what Cheikh said in Ruh al-Adab, وَاسْتَحْدِرَنَّ شَيْخَكَ الْمُرَبِّي كَذَاكَ شَيْخُهُ بِدُونِ رَيْبِ. All what we need for that to get to the point that we be the present with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he's the real Sheikh.
The next question, Sheikh, when we enter into the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do we also have to leave the Sheikh behind, like how Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam left Jibril as who was his guide? And how will we know if we have entered or getting close to enter into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presence?
You know, if you say Allah is present, Allah is everywhere. So Imam Junaidi, he had the murid. One time, the murid, after he made suluk, he met Imam, he didn't pay attention to him. And he said because he was looking to Allah, now he find Allah. And Imam Junaidi tell him, you see me one time, it's better for you to say Allah 1,000 times. You know, that is not easy to understand, because what we need is Allah. But he wants to show him, if you really know Allah Ta'ala, Allah can manifest it in anything. So his manifestation with that accomplished Sheikh is different from his manifestation for anything others. So if he leaves the Sheikh because he reached Allah, he will go to deal with other things also, is not Allah Ta'ala. So you need adab when you reach, you need adab when you back.
Anyone have any questions? Anyone? Let's continue with the next question. Yes.
How to increase belief in Allah?
That's good. How to increase belief in Allah? You follow the orders. You follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam bring the message from Allah Ta'ala to tell you to pray. So if you pray, you remember Allah. Aqim as-salata li zikri. Allah said, pray to remember me. So if you're remembering Allah, that will increase your iman. If you're listening to Quran, also that will increase your iman. وَإِذَا تُلِيَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُهُ زَادَتْهُمْ إِيمَانًا وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. If they read to them the sign of Allah, the ayat of Allah Ta'ala, that will increase their iman. So the best thing to increase your iman is to follow, to do good things and avoid bad things, because all the bad things, it decrease the iman. Prophet ﷺ said, لا يزني الزاني حين يزني وهو مؤمن ولا يسرق حين يسرق وهو مؤمن ولا يشرب حين يشرب وهو مؤمن. Even the person who commit adulteries in that particular time is not mu'min, is not a believer. So that means that will decrease his iman. The thief, the time he stealing, also in that particular time is not mu'min. That means that action decrease his iman. The person who drinking wine at that particular time is not mu'min, because if iman was around, present with him, he will never do that. So his iman go away, that's why he able to do it. It's not mean that is not believer, but in that particular time is not moving. So we have to be careful from doing anything that will take our iman away. So good deed, if we say good deed, that's what Allah says is good. What Prophet ﷺ say is good. It's not just what you're thinking about your mind or your friend, they say this is good because it's nice. No. Good, what Allah says is good. Bad, what Allah says is bad. So you follow that and avoid the opposite.
Back to the Tarbiyah question, Sheikh. Someone is asking, like, living in Singapore, we have a very hectic schedule. So doing Tarbiyah, zikir, additional zikir is a very tough challenge. How do we organize our time, and what's your advice for us?
All what you need is to organize your time. Because the time you make, you're going to listen to music in the daytime. Some people, they listen to music 1 hour time. 1 hour. There's no zikr that they give you that more than 1 hour in your beginning. Of course, maybe if you grow, you can go to the point that you connect yourself with Allah wa ta'ala. Even when you are walking, when you are with people, you connect your heart with Allah wa ta'ala. But we have to have intention in all our actions, because your work is part of ibadah. Your work is part of tarbiyah. Your work is part of Islam. If you have intention, your ordinary good work can be ibadah that Allah will reward you for it. You go look for a job to help yourself, to help your family, to help your society. This is part of iman. Allah will reward you for that. So don't think that is not part of deen. This is part of your deen also. But all what you need to organize yourself. If you organize yourself, you can do everything. Your salat, how many minutes you need? Maybe 7 minutes. You can pray the Zohar, Asr, 7 minutes. All your prayer in the daytime is not more than 1 hour. Also, if you organize yourself, all your zikr, even if you are strong man or woman, all your zikr in the daytime it cannot be 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if you organize yourself, you can do all this in the time and still go sleep and do your work and do your family's, issue.
Anyone else any question? Yes, sir.
Question, Sheikh. Maulana Sheikh Ramnias mentioned in his Rule Adab, وَلَازِمُ الْحُضُورُ وَالسُّكُونَ
كَذَاكَ خَلْوَةٌ تُعِينُ حِينًا.
How do we have concentration?
وَلَازِمِ الْحُضُورَ وَالسُّكُونَ. Like, if you're doing something that is important for you. Now, if you work, you have something you have to finish, you concentrate on it, right? Because you don't want to make mistake. You make mistake, your boss will tell you, oh, this is not good, go make it again. So if you do your zikr, remember that you do it for the sake of Allah. Remember that zikr that you're doing is not just something you just say, but is connection with Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Even if you read Fatiha, for you to have hudur, you start your zikr, before you say astaghfirullah, remember that you do it because Allah said, وَأَنِ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ. Ask me for forgiveness, I will forgive you. So you doing it, asking for forgiveness. You doing it, following the order from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. You concentrate for what you're doing. Do it in the proper way. Before you say, you say La ilaha illallah, mention that Allah said, Kuruni al-kukum, mention me, I mention you. And if you're talking to your parents, you will never talk to him and go talk to somebody else. Disrespect. Because no way your parents ask you for something and you take phone and talk to him one word and go to your phone. That is not respect. So that is not hudur. You have to be present. Before you say La ilaha illallah, remember that Allah said, mention me, I mention you. And you say it, don't just say it, but say it mentioning Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and follow Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala for saying that. When you make Salat ala Nabi also, remember that Allah said, Sallu alayhi wa sallimu tasliman. So you do it to follow that way. And you be like you are front of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam making your salat. That all that will help you for hudur. Thinking about the meaning of the word will help you for that hudur. وَلَازِمِ الْحُدُورَ وَالسُّكُونَ. Sukuna, you be, you calm down and do it. Sometime you have excuse, but if you able to stay and face the Qibla for your zikr, do it. If you have excuse, you have excuse. But you do it that way, it's more barakah. Even facing Qibla for your azkar is more barakah also, because Qibla Sayyid al-Majalis is the master of all the sites. كذاك خلوة تعين حين. Even to be alone sometime, Cheikh Faydatidianiya say, if you try to be alone every day, even the time you do your awrad lazim, you will see barakah in all your life. It's not mean khalwa, go 40 days khalwa. That is not for everybody. But the time you do your work, you can be alone. That will help you for hudur also, to help you for concentration, help you to do it the better way.
MashaAllah. Thank you. The next question is on yakin. There are a few quite similar questions. I rephrase everything. So the question is, how do we gain yakin when we lose something that we love, like wealth, family members, the loss of our loved one? So how do we yakin behind everything that is Allah?
If you believe in Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, you will have that everything is from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. But that is to accept what Allah has decided for you. That is not yaqeen, that is taslim. You accept what comes from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Some people, they make tafwid. وَأُفَوِّضُ أَمْرِي إِلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَصِيرٌ بِعِبَادِهِ. You relate your thing, everything to Allah, even before anything happens. That is tafwid. Cheikh Faydatidianiya said, if you read that dua, Allahumma alayka mu'awwali, many of you know it, بِكَ مَلَاذِي وَإِلَيْكَ الْجَاءُ وَعَلَيْكَ تَوَكُّلِي وَبِكَ ثِقَتِي وَعَلَىٰ حَوْلِكَ وَقُوَّتِكَ اعْتِمَادِي وَبِجَمِيعِ مَجَارِ أَحْكَامِكَ رِدَايَ. Everything, all your decision, I accept it. I please with it. That is rida ma Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. You have to get to rida. Whatever Allah decided, you accept it. This is another levels. But taslim, you don't want this to happen, but after it happened, you accept it is from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. When Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when his son passed away, he said, Al-Ainu Tadma, wal-Qalbu Yahzan, ولا نقول إلا ما يرضي الرب. He said, the heart is upset, the eyes is crying, but I will never say except what is please Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. So from that we learn, if you know how Prophet deal with the certain things, you will learn from that how to deal with the things. That's why we need to know more about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, about his life. So that will help us to accept from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. If you know that also, if you be patient, Allah will reward you. And without patience, if you don't have patience also, nothing will change. And if you have patience, Allah will reward you. If you know that, in Allah ma'as sabirina, if something happened to you, you have patience, Allah will reward you for that, and Allah will be with you. So you have patience because you know that Allah will be with you. What you lost, you need it for something. Anything you need it for, Allah can do. Allah is better than that. And if you just have patience, Allah be with you and help you. That's why Prophet ﷺ said, the believer, anything happen to him is good. If it's good things, you thank Allah, Allah will reward you for that. If it's bad things also, you be patient, Allah will reward you for that.
Next question here, someone is asking, we know that Rabi Awal is the month of the Prophet ﷺ. Sha'ban is also known as the month of Prophet ﷺ. So what is the secret in these 2 months and the difference?
Anyway, That hadith said that Sha'ban is the month of Prophet. That is not sound hadith. Anyway, Rabbi Awal, you know his months of Prophet because Prophet was born in that month. And Sha'ban, we know Prophet used to fast in Sha'ban more than any other month except Ramadan. Because he said Sha'ban in between Rajab and Ramadan, and people, they forget about it. So they don't care about it. That's why he loved to fast in that month because they record all the actions, all the deeds. They will record it and give report to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. He say he wants his report go to Allah when he's fasting. So from that you can understand that is Sha'ban is also month of Prophet. But that hadith Sha'ban Ramadanu kada Ramadan shahru ummati Rajab shahrullah Sha'banu shahri wa Ramadan shahru ummati is not sound hadith. But anyway, Prophet used to fast in Sha'ban more than any other month except Ramadan.
New question come in here. He said we hear the quotes that I think you mentioned before. At the beginning you see the name of the tariqah, at the end you only see Allah. And we have met people who are good people but they don't come from tariqah. Is it necessary to have tariqah to witness Allah?
Shaykh al-Siyani radiallahu anhu, he said to have a sheikh is not obligation for any individual person, except to have a sheikh of ta'lim. You have to have the sheikh to teach you. He'll teach you Quran, to know what is lawful, what is not lawful, how to pray, how to do this. All the ulama, they know that is obligation. But to have the sheikh of tariqah, the sheikh al-murabbi, that is, he said, if you know that the sick person, he have to go to doctors, of course you say that is obligation for everybody because people are sick. Because whenever you love something that's not Allah, because of the sickness in your heart, whenever you follow something that's not what Allah wants you to do, that is sickness from your heart. So if sick person need to have doctors, he need to have a sheikh who guides him to the right way.
So, I think we are left with two questions. So one last question is second last question. Sorry. Is there any video that we should do or we can do in Ramadan?
There is no special will before Ramadan, but Prophet ﷺ said, فاستكثروا فيه من 4 خصال خصلتان ترضون بهما ربكم وخصلتان لا غنى بكم عنهما وأما الخصلتان اللتان ترضون بهما لا غنى بكم عنهما فتسألون الله الجنة وتعوذون بهما النار وأما الخصلتان اللتان ترضون بهما ربكم فشهادة أن لا إله إلا الله فتستغفرونه. Salman al-Farisi mentioned that Prophet, he gave khutbah the last day of Sha'ban. In that khutbah he said, it close to you, coming to you, شهر عظيم مبارك شهر فيه ليلة خير من 1000 شهر شهر جعل الله عليكم صيام يومه فريضة وقيام ليله تطوعا من تقرب فيه إلى الله بأداء خصلة من الخير كان كمن أدى فريضة فيما سواه ومن أدى فريضة فيه كان كمن أدى 70 فريضة فيما سواه وهو شهر الصبر والصبر ثوابه الجنة وشهر المواساة وشهر يزاد في رزق المؤمن فيه من تقرب فيه إلى الله من فطر سائما غفر الله له وأعتقه من النار. In that hadith, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in that khutbah, he said, ask Allah 4 things in this Ramadan. Fastaksiru, beg a lot. You say these 4 things a lot in Ramadan. 2 things, you please Allah with it. 2 things, you will never be satisfied without it. The 2 things you please Allah with, 2 things you never be satisfied without it. تسألون الله الجنة وتعوذون به من النار. You ask Allah for paradise you ask Allah protection from hellfire. The other two things that you do to please Allah, فَشَهَادَةُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ وَتَسْتَغْفِرُونَ, you make shahada, شَهَادَةُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, like you can make لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ Allah, and you ask Allah for forgiveness, وَتَسْتَغْفِرُونَ. So that means in Ramadan, you can make tahleel, la ilaha illallah, a lot. You can make istighfar, a lot in Ramadan. Beside of that, Ramadan is Shahr Quran. You read Quran. Is any good things you do in Ramadan, even if it's not farida, Allah will consider it as farida. Any farida you do in Ramadan, Allah will consider it as like 70 farida. So if it's for the business, all the businessmen, they will be ready. If they say this is the months that you have business, if you sell anything, you have 70, all the businessmen, they will be ready for that. So this is the business for the people who love Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. That's why the Arifin Billah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, they love it. Because yuzadu fi rizq al-mu'min fihi. Allah will increase your risk in these months. What if you do one, Allah pay you 70. So we have to try our best. That's what Prophet said. Ya baghi al-khair aqbil, wa ya baghi al-sharri adbir. Full of good, come, full of bad, go, because it's not the month of bad things.
I think this is the last question. She has answered many questions. The last question here is I've heard there are a few quite similar questions on Ziarah Madinah Baye. I rephrase a bit. So this person who sent, he said, he said, always hear the good things about people Ziarah, Murid Ziarah Madinah Baye, but at the same time, he or she is having this difficulty, not financially, but yakin in traveling to Madinah Baye for Ziarah. So she is asking what inspiration and inspiring words from you, and what is the wisdom of the Ziarah and everything that is in the...
Anyway, Ziarah for the sake of Allah Ta'ala is good. And sound hadith in Sahih Muslim, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned a guy who was traveling to a village to visit a brothers. So an angel came to him with the form of a human being and asked him, where are you going? He said, I'm going to this village. What are you looking for? He said, I want to go to visit a brothers for the sake of Allah. The angel asked him, do you have any business with him? أَلَكَ عَلَيْهِ مِن نِعْمَةٍ تَرُبُّهَا? Do you have any business with him? You have money you want to increase? He said, no. I just love him for the sake of Allah. And the angel tell him that I am Rasulullah ilayk. I'm the messenger from Allah to you, to show him that he's not even human being. To tell you that Allah love you because you love your brother for the sake of Allah. So if this is the case, so we love for the sake of Allah, we visit for the sake of Allah, that we have, Allah will love us for that. And if Allah love you, He will guide you, He will help you, He will assist you in all your efforts. So may Allah make our brotherhood and our relationship, our ziyarah, you and your ziyarah to us, may Allah make all that for the sake of Allah.
Alhamdulillah, we have end the Q&A. Before we salat Isha, let us pray for beloved Marathi, Sheikh Muhammad Mahi Sise. Allah bless him with good health, long life, and Allah make him safe wherever he travels. And Allah bring him back to our land. And may we continue to be sincere murid, inshallah. We read for him one Fatiha, 3 times of Ikhlas and 3 times of Fatiha. before we end, we ask our Cheikh to renew all our bay'ah right now.
Ameen. 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 Ya Rabbi. Ameen.
I renew for you on behalf of Sheikh Ibrahim and Sheikh Faydatidianiya.